America didn't become rich by saving money. It became rich by borrowing more money than any country in human history. That sounds reckless. That sounds irresponsible. But here's the strange part. It worked. And today, this same debt system quietly controls your education, your house, your credit score, your job opportunities, and how expensive your entire future will be. Most Americans live inside this system every day without ever understanding it. When World War II ended, America was powerful, but it wasn't comfortable. Millions of soldiers returned home at the same time. Factories that made weapons had to change overnight. Cities were crowded, housing was limited, jobs were uncertain. America had people, America had ambition, but it didn't have modern infrastructure. No interstate highways, no massive suburbs, no fast national transportation system, no consumer economy like today. If America moved slowly, it would lose momentum. Saving money would take decades. So the country made a bold decision. It chose speed over safety. It chose debt. The US government began borrowing massive amounts of money, not because it was poor, but because it understood something powerful. Debt used for consumption disappears. Debt used for productivity multiplies. America didn't borrow to look rich. It borrowed to become productive. Highways connected cities. Factories increased output. Universities trained skilled workers. Ports enabled global trade. Every dollar borrowed had a purpose. The goal wasn't comfort. The goal was growth. Let's slow this down. Here's the exact cycle. The government borrows money. That money goes to construction companies. Companies hire workers. Workers earn wages. Those wages are spent locally. Local businesses grow. Employment increases. Tax revenue increases. Those taxes pay interest on the debt. As long as growth stays higher than interest rates, debt stays under control. This is the part that changes everything. Debt doesn't destroy economies. Stagnation does. Other countries noticed something unusual. America wasn't collapsing under debt. It was expanding faster than everyone else. So foreign governments and investors started lending America money. This is how the US dollar became the world's reserve currency. That gave America a financial superpower. America could borrow in its own currency. If a crisis happened, it could print dollars. Other countries had to earn them. This single advantage changed global finance forever. Debt didn't weaken America. It turned America into a financial empire. Here's where most explanations stop. But this is where the real story begins. Because the system didn't stay with the government. It moved closer to home. Banks noticed something important. If debt could build a nation, it could also build consumers. That's when debt entered everyday life. Buying a home? Mortgage. College education? Student loans. Unexpected expense? Credit cards. Debt stopped being optional. It became normal. In America, you're not taught to avoid debt. You're taught to qualify for it. Banks didn't just lend money. They built systems, monthly payments, interest schedules, credit limits, approval scores. This turned debt into a lifestyle. People stopped asking, "Can I afford this?" They started asking, "Can I get approved?" This was a massive psychological shift, and most people never noticed it happening. That's why credit scores exist. They don't measure intelligence, they don't measure talent, they don't measure effort. They measure predictability. Pay on time, your future gets cheaper. Miss payments, your future gets expensive. Interest rates rise, opportunities shrink. In America, debt decides access, housing, education, business loans, even jobs. Your behavior with debt becomes your identity. Wealthy Americans understand something most people don't. Debt itself isn't evil. Bad debt buys comfort, status, temporary pleasure. Good debt buys assets, skills, Businesses, leverage. Same banks, same rules, same system. Very different outcomes. The system rewards growth, not sacrifice. You don't need to love debt, but you must understand it, because America was built on it. And if you don't learn how the system works, you don't escape it, you just pay more inside it. In the next video, I'll break down how credit scores quietly decide who gets rich in America, and how most people never realize they're being judged every single day.